Okay, hello everybody and welcome to a new video. We'll see how long I can record because the battery is almost dead again, but in today's video I'm going to do like a book read. I'm not sure if I should run and find a charger or not because it's a bit... I don't know how long time the battery has until it dies, so I might just do one book instead of all three, but I wanted to do on all my favorite books. Maybe because like I actually have light today. If you might notice, you know, good lightning, because my mama brought cat something so I could take that. So today's video is going to be a little short book review, kind of like my little thoughts and so on of my favorite books. Kind of weird. I've like given my sister a million books. I'm just like, you need to read this book, you need to read this book, but I haven't actually given her my favorite books. These are actually like, I just love these because whenever you read them, you will notice something new. In every one of these, you know, it's just in a way never ending, which I love. I love that clever writing, which is also something that I aspire to do in my book. You know, just notice new things all the time, like parallels and all that, you know. I just love that. My favorite series right now is like the series One Day on Netflix, and I also love with that one there's like parallels. I don't want to spoil that series, but I just love it. Like from the first episode and last episode there's parallel, it's last episode I think, parallels. I just love that. It's so sad. It just makes you appreciate it way more. And just, what's it called, chef's kiss, you know, it's just good, you know. So we can start. Should we start with my favorite book? Start with Wuthering Heights. To just fully analyze, and this book will take forever. Every time I reread it, I find something new that is fascinating, that, you know, that I haven't noticed before, like parallels, specific words of choice, you know, those clever things, which I love. I just love clever writing. So that's one thing about this book, I just really like it. However, it is confusing with the perspectives. I mean, I'm still, even today, a little bit confused about perspectives, even if it's my favorite books. It's a bit confusing about who is the narrator or narrator. It's a bit, if you say narrator or narrator, I feel like it's, because I always said narrator, but then my English here says narrator some of it, but I think it's dialect, so if you have British or American, but yeah. But at least that is a bit confusing in it. However, it's really beautiful written, so I do really recommend the book. And also, you know, if, as I mentioned in my my video about my book, okay, my sister is calling me. So I have written also notes in the Wuthering Heights book, because I do think it's really a lot, you know, if you read it. And then, sorry, okay, kind of awkward neighbors start in here, but you know, I've written like notes about some, you know, that, you know, the lines in the book that is, you can see them differently. Every person that reads that line could think and believe other, you know. Not everyone, if you read this line, may think, okay, this means this, you know, you interpret it differently. So, you know, I just love those lines, so I've like written about my thoughts on those lines and so on. But okay, so if I start the book, my first annotation in the book is, I just missed it. It's on, in my book it's page 8, and it's just like a little note that the first time they're mentioning the main character, which is Catherine. I'm just with the name, Catherine Earnshaw. I do not know how to pronounce the last names, but Catherine, you know, the main Catherine, not the Catherine, the daughter Catherine, but Catherine, the Catherine you first find out. So my next annotation in the book is actually, sorry, just, I don't know, I just kind of love this in a way. The book early in me screaming, you know. So it's that there are writings scratched on the paint, and it's names. Catherine Earnshaw, and then variate to Catherine Heathcliff and Catherine Linden. In a way that's a pair, but it's also, yeah, well, this is the future, so that makes sense, because in the beginning of the book, you know, it's the future, but then, you know, you just find, I just love how, you know, you get a bit in the future and then you get to find out. I loved it. So it's actually kind of the same in this book, that you get a little future glimpse, then you get the past, which is like the same, which I just love. This one is not. You don't get any about the future. However, there are parallel scenes in this one as well. Very much about the central topic in the book. So about obsession of beauty, you can call it. You know, and it's so, how this book is so like, picture of Dorian Gray this is. So like how this book, I just have to say it, but I'm just switching, I'm sorry, but I just love how this book, you know, about obsession of beauty, how he wrote this in like the 1800th century, 700th century. No, you call it 1900th century because you live in the 1800th century. I just personally do not understand that, because in Sweden, in my language that I speak, I get weird. Oh my god, my camera's really overheating, so we have to take a little pause soon. But yeah, it's really not say it like that. If it's the 2000s, so we call this century we live in now, 20th century, not 21st century. So yeah. But I just love how it's just so how he wrote this back then, and how it today is a bit more a bigger of a topic. People obsession over living up to the ideal. I think it's both for women and males too, that, you know, it's unhealthy how it is in our society. And I just think that reading this book could be good, you know, for I just started, it's been 40 seconds and it's already overheating again. I don't know what's going on, but I just think, you know, this book, you know, can help while reading. You know, while, you know, this could help this book. I'm sorry, just getting so distracted from my camera, blinking red. But I do think that people should read this book, because, you know, I don't think I have much to say actually about this book, more than that you should read it. That, you know, it brings up like that beauty isn't really everything. Yeah, that, you know, that being youthful, doing that isn't, you know, it's not worth. My camera literally just shut off. My camera just shut off from overheating, so yeah. But about the picture of Dorian Gray, I do really think that it's something that we should really like take in, really, the book, because I do think it's important, an important topic, and I feel like it's very important in our society. Because I just feel like, you know, the older I personally get, the more I sense the pressure of how the ideals in our society is, you know, that you need to be like, have an eating disorder to be able to stay that skinny, that, you know, is the ideal, unfortunately. And also a lot of those people have actually done surgeries to look the way they do. Oh god, it's reading again. Okay, so I ordered food a while ago, so it's in here, so I could be quicker. But Wuthering Heights, back to Wuthering Heights again. I'm so sorry for jumping a little bit now, just into Dorian Gray, but I just love how this book is written. I just think it's very beautifully written, And that's something that I really like about this book. I read it very many times, and every time I notice something new, a new beautiful quote, or like something, clever writing or annotations. Not annotations, but okay, my sister keeps sending me things on Instagram and I think it's food, but yeah. But I just think it's really clever writing in this book, and as I said, I just really like it. And then the Secret History is also very good writing in it, and it's it's an interesting book. This one is interesting in a different way. It's more of a story. These are a bit different, but it's also because they're older. So if you're going to read a book, and it's a bit more difficult maybe to get into these because they are classics. Both of these are considered classics, while this one isn't considered a classic because it's from this century, and these are from like 2 centuries ago or more. So you would say that you could start with this one. It's more easier. However, I would say it was difficult to get into the book. So the first I was just like, how do people? I'm so sorry, but I did think, how did people like this book? But then in the middle and towards the end, I just love this book, and it's interesting. I just really like this book as well. And obviously this one is then easier after that one, and then this one is the most difficult, and this one is the one I like the most. So that's my short. Okay, so that's very shortly my opinion of these books. And to say they are dark academia, I don't know how to pronounce that, but they are that vibe, and they're a bit more dark in a way, and I feel like from what I've heard, I know that both Oscar Wilde and Emily Bronte had difficult lives, which makes writing a bit more, more real in a way, which is also why I like them. So that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.